Hi there guys, welcome to another review. Today we're taking a look at one of the figures from the Masters of the Universe Revelation series, and this is from the second wave of figures. So this is Beastman. So I picked this up at the toy shop in Melksham way back in October, so we're now tail end of December, so it's taken me a while to get around to opening up this guy and taking a look at him. And since that time he's gone on sale, I think at Smith's for something like £20 or 19, whatever it is. So I probably could have saved myself a few quid on each one and picked him up a little bit later, but it's one of the things when you see it in store in hand, you get a little bit carried away and want to pick it up. So that was the case. So they come in this lovely box, and with it you get lots of different hands. It looks like it comes with a whip, and also is featured in Netflix. This character is in the Netflix series. So I think Beastman's in series 1 and 2. Is kind of one of the main characters. And he's a little bit different to kind of how you're used to seeing him in the original anyway, but I think it's a good update with him. He's still got like his face paint. He doesn't have his armor, so he's very much like a savage looking Beastman, which I kind of like. Go around here and you've got some artwork there from the actual cartoon, it looks like, and at the back there as well. Some pretty fantastic looking artwork of him there in action, about to kick some what. And then some of the other figures in the line, including He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Teela, Skeletor, Beastman. Excuse me. And some of the other figures in this wave include Spikal, which I've picked up as well, Teela and Man-at-Arms. So we will be looking at those as well, and also Battle Cat. So that's it really in terms of packaging. Next up, I'm going to open them up and we'll take a look at the figure, and we'll kind of compare them against some of the figures already released so far. Right then, here we are. We've got Beastman out of his plastic prison, so to speak. And so far so good. He comes with a load of different hands. So he's got 2 closed fists, which are fairly standard. You just kind of pop them in, off and back on again with these kind of pegs here. And they're all little painted fingernails. And obviously you can sort of move them forward and back and sort of rotate them in the socket. So you get 2 closed fists. You get one kind of gripping hand and one open hand, again with all his kind of nails painted. So at the moment he's got a mixture of the two. So he's got his right hand open like that, and the other one a gripping hand. So you can mix and match however you want. So basically you get 3 sets of hands. In terms of articulation, I'll start with the hands because we've been speaking about those. They rotate around in here and move up and back. As mentioned, these are all painted, and you do kind of get the kind of moulded in fur kind of feel to it as well. The kind of, I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's kind of like bandaging that's supposed to go around his arms here is painted, and then you get different coloured furs. So you get the kind of slightly darker brown, then orange, which is kind of the main colour of the plastic. You get this kind of like Mohican bit that goes over his humpback here, which is a solid bit of plastic painted a darker brown, again lighter brown here, and then you get like a faded thing on his legs here as well, and more kind of bandages, fur on his legs, and paint on his toes as well. And yeah, his face is good as well. So he's kind of got these kind of tufts going up here. So I think that's hair rather than actual spikes. The moulding is really great on his face, and he's got these kind of almost like Klingon looking ears, and he's even got little ponytails in his beard there. Pretty fierce looking face. His teeth are all painted, slightly off-white, but his eyes are done really well. When you get close up, there's lots going on there. So you've got black right in the middle, orange, then white, and then you get blue and black just in that really small space. And then you get this kind of white stripes that goes down. It's almost like his war paint. And then moulding wise, you get it's like scars on his chest. These like crosses here. Either way, I guess he might have hit himself with his own whip, or he's been involved in a few scrapes. And then he's got this kind of loincloth thing going on here, which the detail on it is fantastic, but it is like a solid piece, so you can't really move it around that much. But it will move out of the way. You can see he's kind of naked underneath there, and it goes across here, which is painted with like crosses here, and he's even got like a little thing here to hold his kind of whip in his hand, which I'll show you in a bit. And this bit here moves here, like left and right, and you can move it forward as well. So he's got an ab crunch there. The head rotates all the way around. You can look down. You can look up. Can you do confused Beastman, but as part of the articulation, it actually goes round really because it's kind of bent forward. The arms go all the way around. You get rotation here, and then it's like a double jointed elbow. This bit is filled in as well, so I don't want to push it too hard because sometimes out of the packaging they can feel a little bit tight. But it should be a double jointed elbow up to there. I don't want to push that, but it feels like that should go, but at the moment it's only going so far. I'll try it on this arm. Yeah, so it is supposed to go all the way up like that, but on this side it feels a little bit stiff. So if you do get that, don't force it. Maybe use a hairdryer or something just to kind of ply that out. And the arms are pretty flexible. You know, you kind of get him playing with his beard if you want to, or scratching his face, or even kind of holding his head like he's just been hit on the head or something like that. So yeah, there's lots of posability options. The waist does rotate around as well. The legs, I'll move his arms out of the way. The legs aren't as good, so it kind of comes up to about there, and then out to about there. These bits rotate around, but it does kind of ruin the sculpting a little bit, just because everything then doesn't quite line up right. Again, you kind of got this thing with the knee, so when it does bend, it doesn't quite show everything in there. But again, this one is it is a little bit stiff, but it does go back, so it's like a double jointed thing. And you get the nice colours here with the bottom of the shin, which again rotates around. The feet move forward, back, and you kind of swivel them, so it's not really like a rocker, but if you move it out like that, you can kind of get him standing in some more kind of dynamic poses. The legs don't really like fall into one set position, but you see I've got him there sort of leaning forward holding his head, but you can easily get him in a position where he's kind of looking forward and about to strike someone. And then if you want to take this out, you can pop that in his hand. He says you should be able to move the hands round, just fit that in like that. And this is like the vintage whip really. It's just like a piece of string or lace, like a shoelace sort of thing, that you put in there. But yeah, it looks decent enough. he looks fantastic in my opinion. Really good, really good. It just looks like the figure from the cartoon, the new cartoon, and in my opinion the design is an excellent updated version of Beastman, like a proper kind of Beastman as opposed to the cartoon one where he's made to look like a bit of a fool. I think I do have the Origins Beastman here, so I'll just bring that in. You see, it's obviously like a bit of a different look and feel, and the colours are a little bit different, but you can definitely see where there's a lot of similar things, like they've tried to do the eyes and do all the makeup and stuff. A lot of they've done the same thing with the whip. Yeah, it's a lot of cool things that they've done with it. I do love both. In my opinion, you know, if you haven't picked up this guy already, you're in the UK and you see him on sale in places like Smith's, go ahead and pick him up. You won't be disappointed. He's absolutely awesome figure and well worth adding to your collection, in my opinion. That's it for now, guys. Oh, I'll finish it off just by doing a quick size comparison. So we've got Beastman here. Obviously, we've shown him alongside other Beastman. I'll bring in maybe Skeletor just as a bit of a comparison. So they're all roughly about the same size. But just to give you an idea of what they all look like together. So they're all kind of different builds and things like that. It's not like the old He-Man one where they're all based off the same kind of sculpt and things like that. So they all look pretty different. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching if you have been, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.